Want to play a game of will they draft the quarterback in the first round?
Yes, we need to. It's a working title, but yes.
Right. Well, we'll call it yes or no like we used to. Oh, but it's a little bit more than yes or no here because I've actually been doing the mock draft on PFF. You can actually make trades, which are pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen that website before. Like
PFF,
this
and
year,
that's your favorite?
like no, I actually used to use the draft network thing. This one actually is pretty good at it.
Okay. No, I haven't seen that. I might have to check it out.
But yeah. So let's go through this list here from where you listed them at. Denver, do they draft the quarterback, Aaron? I'd say yes.
So obviously, a lot of this is based on anything that happens before the draft could change things. But as it stands right now, I think Denver. I think Denver will go after a quarterback prospect. The only uh, quarterback they have on their roster right now is Drew Lock, and I think they have. I think they've given up on Drew Lock, and I don't blame them. I think it's. I mean, I've been a big Drew Lock guy, but it's time to move on. It's time to move on. If he becomes the backup, or if he moves to a different location, maybe next year, and gives them a shot. I think a good fit for them would be like a Sam Howell type spot here.
Yes.
That's and they're picking high enough that I think they can get someone better than Sam Howell. It just seems like to me he seems like a fit there, but he also kind of seems like Drew Lock too.
Well, they picked number 9 in the draft, and to be fair, that's probably where. In my mock draft, just a quick thing, I actually have Malik Willis going at number 3, but I feel like Malik Willis is probably
Oh
my favorite
wow,
quarterback that I've seen on the surface. That's just because the Texans are so high up there, though. But I don't even know if a quarterback will be drafted in the top 5 or top 10, like you said. So you're right.
it's possible, yeah. But I think if Denver's there at 9, I think if it's not Sam Howell, it could be Matt Corral.
That's a fair point, too. Pittsburgh, listen, this is a tough one. I don't think they're going to be in the Rodgers sweepstakes. I know what people say, but they need an offensive line first and foremost. And I feel like Pittsburgh is smart enough to realize this quarterback class might not be the best. Unless there's a guy they fall in love with, I think Steelers lay off the quarterback, at least in the first round.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Actually, I think in terms of the first round, I think they do lay off. I'm curious to see if some of these guys slide into the second. I think a legitimate, like again, Sam Howell. I'm probably going to keep going to the well with him, but I think a legitimate second round quarterback that you can take a chance on that doesn't have too much pressure and implications is a guy like Carson Strong. I mean, 6'4", 220, has a rocket arm. Carson Strong out of Nevada here is a guy
He's
that
been getting some notoriety.
I think he's going to slide down to the second round, or unless somehow he gets so much buzz that sneaks him into the back half of the first. But I think that's a guy that people should be looking for in the second round, in my opinion.
I agree. I think that'd be a great fit in Pittsburgh. Cleveland Browns. So I think they go with wide receivers. I think they stick with Baker at least for another year. In the first round.
I'm with you on that one too. I think Baker gets one more year out of it, but it wouldn't shock me if a succession plan was drafted at some point in this draft, in my opinion. But I just don't see them taking a first round pick. A wide receiver could make sense. Obviously, Jarvis Landry has expressed intent to want to leave, so that basically leaves the cupboard empty. The running backs are good. The offensive line's still solid. We like the defense for the most part. So I think it's either defense or wide receiver, in my opinion.
And
For
Chris
Cleveland
Olave's from Ohio State, so
I forgot about that guy. Him and Garrett Wilson are both in the draft. Yep.
Tennessee, I think they're smart enough to realize what happened last year, and that was that Derrick Henry, although he played for 7 or 8 games in the playoffs, he had just came back. I think they give Tannehill another year.
Yeah, the 3 interception game in the playoffs doesn't help his case, and it probably puts him on the hottest of seats. Right. But they're not taking one in the first round. Again, Carson Strong might be there. Your boy Bailey Zapp is another one that he's probably going to go 3rd, 4th round, maybe a little bit later, that they could pick up something along those lines. He's played in that general area of the country. So,
and that's a huge part of the draft, by the way. I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, a lot of times you draft a guy because of, a lot of different factors that aren't on the field. Well, they're kind of on the field, weather, where he played in the weather, where he played in the country. Moving expenses can be expensive. Yeah. So Bailey Zapp's one to look out 3rd, 4th, or 5th round for some of these teams as well.
Houston, I think, yes. I think Texans, I know the only other option I see them doing is just keeping Deshaun Watson because everyone's going to get tired of it. The fact that Dolphins claim they're out, although you have your speculation on that, I believe Texans are going to say, listen, this guy's brought us legal trouble. Now, granted, let's say next month he gets free of everything in a miracle, and we're not even talking about this anymore. But right now, I say yes.
I think either way, they don't draft a quarterback in the first round. I think they go with Deshaun or Davis Mills.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the boring behind Davis Mills. I'm sorry, that was my fault.
Yeah, I think Davis Mills or Deshaun Watson is the starting quarterback under center for Houston next year. And again, Lovey's the bridge coach. I don't know if they're intending to try to compete this year, but Deshaun obviously makes them more competitive, in my opinion. But I don't think they're still trying to compete this year, and therefore this draft class they need other positions. They have other positions that need far bigger than quarterback.
Let's see the NFC East. I just realized we were doing divisions here. Philadelphia Eagles. We're going with Jalen Hurts, like our boy Joey Capusta said. I'm paraphrasing here. He said, "You know what, guys? For some reason the Philly fans either want to rebuild and burn it down, or they want to just go all in with Russell Wilson." But I'm with Joey on this one. We got to go with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, whether they go with Russ, whether they go with, they're not going quarterback in the first round for sure. They're another team I think could be in the market for another receiver to pair alongside with Devontae Smith, because Jalen Reagor, man, that guy ain't it for sure. So I think they could be in the market for one of those receivers. And I know that John Mechie, I think,
yes,
or Jamison Williams, one of those two, have come out and said they'd like to play with Mac Jones or Jalen Hurts. So.
Wow.
Not a good testament to Tua.
Right. I almost said Washington football team, so don't cancel me. Washington Commanders, I think they sit with Heineke.
I think they're all in on a quarterback. They've been searching. They've been searching, turning over every rock, looking under every shelf to find a quarterback. I think they pick like 13th or 14th in this draft, maybe even higher.
11.
They pick 11th. Malik Willis, if he's there, he's from that area. I ultimately think they want a stand-up pocket passer, and Kenny Pickett or Matt Corral's the pick for them.
Oh, Lord. Giants, don't even ask me that question. Next, Vikings.
The Giants was a no for me too, by the way.
Vikings.
Vikings, they drafted Kellen Mond last year, and they...
no, he's not. He's like a 6th rounder for a reason.
Well, I understand that, but, Mike Zimmer said never even gave the guy a chance despite them being out of playoff contention.
True.
He had a new coach coming in. I think Kirk Cousins goes again this year. As far as first-round picks, I'll say no, but I think they may pick up another one later. Desmond Ridder, Carson Strong, any of those kind of guys.
Fair.
3rd-round pick, maybe.
Lions was one of the toughest ones for me. Because I feel like, I don't know if they go with Jared Goff, but I feel like they have to draft a quarterback, right? I don't know if it's in the first round, though.
So I'm higher on Jared Goff than probably everyone in the world. Doesn't mean I think he's good, but I think he's good enough. He showed in LA, if you can build around him, he can lead you to victories. Therefore, I think there's bigger needs to fill: wide receiver, offensive line, any position on the defense. I think the first-round pick gets spent on something that's not a quarterback.
Alrighty. Buccaneers.
Buccaneers, I'm a no. It's Kyle Trask for me, or Tom Brady comes back. Other than that, I don't think they're going to make
Carson Wentz or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think. As much as I said that, I don't think they're going to do anything. I think it's either they're going to bring back Blaine Gabbert and start him, which I think is terrible.
Okay.
Bring back Blaine Gabbert. Say that 5 times fast, but it's either that or Kyle Trask, and I'm hoping to see the Trask wagon get rolling here in Tampa.
Panthers.
You gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta draft Kenny Pickett.
If Matt Rule wants a job, you gotta draft somebody. Saints. I think they wait and see.
I mean, obviously, if they don't get Russ or Rodgers, which they're not going to get Rodgers ain't going to an NFC team. But if they don't get Kyler Murray, yeah, give me any one of those 3 guys: Corral, Willis, or Pickett, and I think that's a great pick for them.
And finally, best merchandise at the lowest price.
You got to go to amdrive.online. It's the cheapest.
So
it's the best quality. Oh, that was a yes or no question.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Come on now.
Ah, yes.
No.
Yes. Overwhelmingly, yes. Yes,
Woo!
yes. A million